Welcome back to another Opal YouTube video. RSC has just recently returned this Black Bay 58 back to me, and in this video I'm going to be putting it back onto its original Tudor bracelet that it hasn't seen in over 6 weeks, plus I'm going to be setting its time with my Casio F91. I've just set my Casio F91 to the current time.is local time, and then I'm going to check how accurately this Black Bay 58 is now able to keep time over the next 14 days. Fingers crossed it's plus minus 0 seconds, but we'll take anything less than 5-second deviation. Before we do all of that though, let's go and give this watch a deep clean. The watch felt just ever so slightly dusty with a touch of finger grease when I first got it back, so first things first, I'm going to give it a thorough bath. I do this about 3 to 4 times a year, usually only during the summer after being out and about all day. Got my trusty used toothbrush to get into the hard to reach areas, specifically where the bezel connects to the case, the crown, inside the lugs, and the case back. I use lukewarm water and hand soap to wash. I try to not set the wash directly under the tap as I heard the strong pressure could be bad for water resistance. I think it should be okay given that it's a modern Tudor, but one could never be too safe. Over to the supersonic cleaner station. This is actually my girl's for her bracelet, jewelry, and such, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind me borrowing it. I don't know if this actually helps clean my watch any more than the toothbrush and soap, but it was right there and I thought, why not just borrow it? Now it's ready to be placed onto the bracelet. First, I'm going to tape the back of the lugs. There are already scratches on there unfortunately, but at least I can prevent them from wearing down any further. I like these micropore tape as they don't leave a residue to the back of the lugs when being removed and are pretty easy to piece up with just my fingers without requiring scissors. Now is the slightly harder part of putting on the bracelet. Technically without a tool I'd still be scratching the inside of the lugs, but I don't think I do this often enough for it to leave much damage. My nails do the job of pressing the ends of the spring bar into the case. The first one is always easier than the second, as there's less wiggle room to work with after the first end link goes on. Off goes the Oyster Perpetual and on comes the trusty Tudor Black Bay 58. The weather was still quite warm here in Vancouver the last time I had this watch on, so it's wearing a bit loose. I'm going to have to take a link off later. And let's now set the time. I got my Casio F91 here that I've just freshly set to the local time.is time. If you guys don't know what that website is, it's a website that shows you the most accurate time down to the hour, second, and minute. It's great for testing the accuracy of your watches. This is pretty embarrassing to admit, but in this part, I was trying to set my Tudor Black Bay 58's time the same as my Casio F91's. For some reason, I could not tell the difference between 32 minutes and 37 minutes. I thought, for some reason, I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't after 2 hours later that I was like, whoa, is my Black Bay 58 running super slow? Like, do I have to bring it back in again to get it regulated? And I was like, oh my god, this is so much work. But then I waited another hour as I was out on the road, so I didn't really have a chance to set it anyways, that I realized it wasn't losing any more time. And so I checked my phone, I checked the watch, and I was like, could I have maybe just set the time wrong when I was doing the matching pairing thing with the Casio F91 in the first place? And so I set it again, and now it is running pretty much flawless. It's been a full day. I'm kind of late to this, but today's December 1st, so we will start the accuracy test today, and on December 14th that will be 14 days. Thank god I can still do math. I'm gonna do a result on that day, and then I'll let you guys know how accurate this watch is running. Might try to pull a Watch Symposium if I find that the accuracy isn't in plus minus 2 seconds, send it back, tell them to fix it. I don't know if people here in Canada are as dedicated to their work as people in Japan are, but let's go see how this watch fares when it comes to keeping time. Day 1, so far so good. I've just aligned the time on the two watches. Day 2. I had the watch set face up at home today and it's running 4 seconds faster. This means that the mainspring had a chance to wind down and is still running fast. Not sure if this will fix anything, but I wore it out for the full day next day. It's gained another 4 seconds on day 3, totaling to +8. This is on the upper range of COSC. Hopefully it's just the newly serviced movement settling in. They say COSC is tested to 5 positions, so let's try putting it face down for the day and see how that fares. Day 4. It's gained 7 seconds, now at +15. Guess the watch doesn't like being kept face down. I wore it out all day again on day 5, and somehow it's only gained 1 second for the whole day. It was just a typical day at the office. I wasn't sure what it is that I did, but I set the watch to his side with the crown facing up for the entire day next day. And on day 6, it's gained 2 seconds, from +16 to +18. Assuming I'm sitting at my desk all day, maybe having the watch sideways is the play here. Day 7, it's gained 1 second, from +18 to 19 seconds. These last 3 days are looking pretty good for us. I wore this watch out all day today. Not planning on going anywhere tomorrow, so I'm going to keep it in this position for a full 24 hours. What I've realized is that when I'm sitting in front of my laptop with my wrist positioned like this for 8 hours a day, it actually doesn't gain that many seconds. And so I'm going to try tonight to sit my watch down like this without scratching the 12 o'clock side of the bracelet and see if I can manage to get it to maintain a plus or minus 1 second a day. Fingers crossed, if I can make it lose time, that's even better, because then I can kind of correct its deviancy throughout the day by setting it on the 12 o'clock side at night. Day 8, we're at 21 seconds, +2 from the previous. Day 9, we're at 22 now, +1 from yesterday. Day 10, still a +22, no gain from the day previous. I had left the watch just by the bedside before wearing it out, and it gained 2 additional seconds, totaling to 24 today. Day 12, we're now at just over +25 seconds, gaining 1 second from the previous. And day 13, we're at 27 seconds. And on the final day, day 14, we're at 29 seconds. At the end, the Black Bay 58 is running at about +2 seconds on average, which is well within COSC specifications. I'm really happy at how well it is at keeping time. Let me know if you guys have tried to measure your watch's accuracy as scientifically as I have tried to here. And I want to hear about your service experience as well. If you guys have received the watch back from RSC or maybe from another brand like Tudor, Panerai, Breitling, how well was it keeping time after your service? I'll see you in the next one. Take care.